Good morning, everybody. I want to tell you a little bit about the video, the carp. So it was in August, actually, and I was in this little creek right here, probably about 300 yards down, and I was fishing, and I was catching a lot of sunfish and some smallmouth and such. I was using a little rooster tail, and I ended up casting under some trees, and bam, the line took off. So I had no idea what it was for like the first 4 or 5 minutes. I was actually working with some ultralight gear. It was a Sakana SKR ultralight rod with a Fluger Presidential XT spinning reel on it at the time, and some Berkeley Vanish 10-pound fluorocarbon. So I was fighting this thing. I had no idea what it was, and it finally came around to a point where I thought it was a catfish because it had jumped a little bit. Ended up being a carp. Fought the thing for a while, as you'll see in the video. The reason I don't keep the volume on as with me talking is because at the time, in order to videotape, I have a waterproof container for my phone, and I had my phone actually was hanging from my mouth, so everything I say is kind of slurred. But the interesting part about it is towards the end, you know, I realized the carp was snagged. I'd snagged it on the back. And every time I tried to gill the fish to get it out of the water, it would go for another run. So it got to a point where I walked over into the shallows, and I scooped down to pick it up, kind of like a football scoop or a football carry, and I pulled it into my chest, and the hook embedded into my chest at the time. So you'll see in the video a portion where the carp's head is like hanging right in front of me. So I got the carp off, ended up releasing it. All was fine. It was a huge carp, about as long as my leg. I'm 5'9". I didn't have a scale or anything to weigh it. But the best part about it was the fishing trip ended, and I drove home with the hook in my chest. And when I got there, my daughter, who's 16, and her boyfriend were there, and I showed them what it was and how it was there, and I grabbed some pliers and pushed the hook all the way through so the barb came out the other side, trimmed it, pulled it out, no problem, didn't bleed. Best part was I didn't flinch, and the look on my daughter's boyfriend's face was priceless, and all I could think he was saying is, man, I'm never gonna mess with that guy. So I hope you enjoy this little video here, and enjoy.